Welcome to the second video in my scramble shot series, where if you can perfect all these different types of scramble shots, you will absolutely lower your score out there on the course. Guys, I'm the disc golf teacher, and our second scramble shot that we're gonna learn today is the Tomahawk, all right? So very similar to the thumber, our first one, it's sort of the thumber's counterpart. So if you remember our thumber, we had the thumb inside the rim. Today, we're going to have two fingers on the inside of the rim, and our thumb is gonna be on the flight plates. So they sort of reverse their positions. All right, now I'll bring you in kind of close here so you can see it, but what I like to do is just take my, what is this, index and middle finger, I don't know my fingers, ring finger, pinky, thumb, right? That's what they are, index and middle finger, and we're going to put it sort of like we would throw a forehand. We're gonna hold the same way, all right? It's real tight against the inside of the rim here, and our thumb is gonna also press pretty firmly on the flight plates, all right? Now, just like the thumber, we're going to release this at that same sort of, not straight up and down, but about 2 o'clock on a, if you can picture a clock, that's about where we're gonna release it. And you will see that this is gonna pan similar, but a little bit different compared to the thumber. So I have a pretty understable Roadrunner here from Innova. Let's see if we can throw this out there, releasing it sort of like a baseball throw at that 2 o'clock, maybe even a little bit further over. And we're gonna see what that does when we throw it, all right? So you got your grip ready, try along with me. Release this right about there. Nice, hard. Again, I'm aiming around the top of the trees. Right, so I hope I wasn't in the way there, but you can see that instead of panning back to the right like the thumber did, this one sort of panned to the left. All right, so that's a really understable disc. What if I take a more neutral flying disc? This is a TL3, so a pretty neutral flying from Innova. Let's see if we can try this one out. Again, throwing it at that same about 2 o'clock degree there. See what happens. All right, so you can see it kind of went all the way over. It is a little bit of windy today, so take that into consideration. One thing that's interesting about the Tomahawk is once it pans over, it tends to land on its flight plate, and it can get a nice slide for you at the end of the shot. So again, here's another Roadrunner. Let me try it again and see if we can get it. With this wind, I might need to release it a little bit closer to 12 o'clock, and we'll see if we can get to pan and slide at the end. Let's try it. There, it's all the way over, and I think I overcorrected too much. There, it got a little bit too much and it hit the edge. But if you can get it just right, it will slide, which is kind of neat. Okay, last one I want to show you is a really stable disc. Here's a PD2 from Disc Mania. Let's see what this thing does when thrown on that Tomahawk line. Now, predict a little bit. A normal forehand tends to go to the right. So with a really stable disc, you can maybe kind of think about what will happen with it. Again, release it at the same spot, 2 o'clock at the top of the trees. And it's gone forever. I think that's over, way over there in the trees, but you could tell that it wanted to fight back out because of that stability, whereas the more understable discs, they wanted to kind of get to the ground a little bit faster. All right, I'm gonna have to go find that disc, but until I do that, please give me a like down below if you thought this was interesting or helpful. And if you're gonna try the Tomahawk sometime out there on the course, or maybe as some field practice. All right, I'd love to hear from you, hear how things are going. Until next time, we'll see you out there on the course.